All right, diving in today, we're looking at living Aikido.
Yeah, fascinating stuff.
It is taking those Aikido principles, right,
Yeah,
and applying them to everyday life for better physical and mental well-being. How can we move better, feel better, all that.
exactly. And the source material for this deep dive, excerpts from the posture and breathing adjustment method to restore balance to mind and body. A lot to unpack there.
Oh, tons. And our mission, to really pull out those practical techniques, the things you listening can use right now to combat fatigue, handle stress, move with more ease. Like, think of it as a cheat code for your body and mind.
Love that. And speaking of real-world examples, there was a pretty fascinating one we came
Oh,
across.
absolutely. Remember back in April 2021, peak COVID, NHK's morning show, Asiichi, they did a feature on living Aikido.
Right, right. When everyone was stuck at home, working remotely, those tiny Japanese apartments.
Oh, the tension was thick, right?
Yeah.
Work life, home life, all blurred together.
Big time. And they highlighted this family, the Nyokos. Miss Nyoko, the homemaker, 47 years old. Her husband, Mr. Nobutaka, and their kids, college and high school.
And you could just feel the pressure, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Nobutaka on those important online meetings, needing total silence, sometimes taking calls on the balcony.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Miss Naoko's workload exploded. Everyone home all the time. Meals, chores, anxiety through the roof.
That image, I bet, resonates with a lot of people, even now.
Totally. And it led to this bad cycle, right? Family eating at different times, adding to the disharmony. That's what the book really speaks to, finding solutions you can control to ease that stress, that fatigue.
And that's where this body-mind unified Aikido comes in, or as the book calls it, living Aikido.
Right, applying the daily practice to, well, life itself. It's not just about the dojo. It's how you stand, how you breathe, right now, listening. And it's clearly resonated with people, over 30,000 practitioners in 24 countries.
Wow, that's global.
It is. And remember, Asaichi actually did this experiment with the Nyokos, put these principles to the test.
Oh, right, right.
Ms. Nyoko and her family, they practiced for a week. And within that week, big changes. Housework felt easier, less irritation, family harmony restored. And for those listening, what's amazing, these weren't staged. These were real changes observed.
That's powerful stuff.
It is. And the book goes deeper than the TV segment could, right? Explains the how and the why behind these transformations. And just to clarify for everyone, when they mention living Aikido or Aikido body usage, they specifically mean body-mind unified Aikido.
So first things first, it seems like posture's the foundation here.
It is. The book really hammers that home. Your standing posture, that's the bedrock. Like, in Body-Mind Unified Aikido, before any techniques, you need a stable base, a foundation. That groundedness, it's essential.
Makes sense. Can't build anything solid, whether it's a move or just, standing without getting tired on shaky ground.
Exactly. They compare it to a building, right? Strong foundation equals stability. Weak one, collapse. And they warn against getting fixated on, say, throwing techniques right away. That can lead to using too much force, which actually makes your posture worse, less powerful.
So starting from the ground up, literally.
Yeah. You begin with understanding ki, that energy, to find your natural posture. Then it's individual techniques, partnered ones, continuous ones, building up to that solidity. And what's fascinating, this isn't just for martial arts folks. This foundation stuff, it's applicable everywhere.
Yeah.
Sports, music, even traditional arts. People come from all sorts of backgrounds to optimize what they already do.
Because with that base, everyday movement becomes easier, less tiring.
It really does.
Yeah.
The book makes this point. Tons of theories out there about posture, body usage, right? But without that solid foundation, none of them work. So that's our goal, help you create that base for easier movement day to day.
So what's this standing posture that doesn't burden the body look like in practice?
Well, they start with this everyday struggle, carrying heavy groceries. They explain, your body has a natural balance, right? But unnatural postures throw that off. Imbalance, strain. A balanced posture minimizes that strain, even when lifting. And then they critique this attention posture we're taught.
Chest out, back straight, all that.
Yeah, which honestly always felt kind of forced.
It did.
And they say it requires effort, and when you add weight, unstable. So finding that natural posture, they suggest standing relaxed, rising out to your tiptoes, feel wobbly, lower heels briefly, repeat till stable, like you're reaching up high.
It's just the weight naturally.
It does. And if you've got balance issues, they say use furniture for support while you tiptoe within your comfort zone. Once you're balanced, gently lower those heels.
And what's the effect of that?
Well, it allows for smooth Kai flow, which activates those toes. And they even suggest trying this. Add weight to your shoulders in this posture. It's surprisingly easy to support, no instability. And when your feet are flat, the key indicator of good balance. Feeling the weight on your big toe.
I think most people put weight on the outside of their feet.
Exactly. They say a common bad posture, weight on the little toe. Recipe for imbalance. And they showed this on Asaichi, a demonstration at Asakusa Temple. Random people who've never done this before, trying it out.
What happened?
First, they're asked to lift 20 kilograms with one hand, 40 kilogram total. People struggling, saying heavy. Some can't even lift it. But after that tiptoe posture, everyone's lifting easily, shocked. There's even this woman in a kimono, couldn't lift anything at first. Then, boom, 40 kilograms, like it was nothing. The director was really into this demo.
Wow, pretty convincing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, you might not be lifting 40 kilograms daily, right? But they talk about how those repeated lighter lifts, groceries, stuff around the house, it adds up.
Wow.
Fatigue. That balanced posture lets you do more with less effort, like washing dishes, less tiring if you're balanced. But they emphasize you're not washing dishes on your tiptoes.
Right, haha, that'd be a workout.
Exactly. It's about tiptoe walking. Just raising your heels as you walk. No need to go outside. Barefoot on a flat surface works. The goal is to let your feet relax naturally. About a minute is enough. Ideally, minimal swaying. Don't overthink it at first. It gets better with practice.
And they showed someone who does this daily, right?
Yeah. Mr. Takeo Hori founded Hori Pro, big entertainment company. Started Aikido at 80, keeps his legs healthy with his tiptoe walking. At 87, he's demonstrating Aikido full of energy. And you know that saying, aging starts from the waist down? They reframe it. Starts from the toes.
Interesting way to look at it.
It is. As we age, lifting those toes gets harder.
Right.
More risk of tripping, falling, fractures, even ending up bedridden. So strengthening those toes, super important as we get older. They suggest tiptoe walking daily, past 40. And not just for adults, good for kids too. Many kids nowadays, not enough free play, weak toes, bad balance, which impacts their development. So daily tiptoe walking, good way to build that natural balance.
Okay, so standing, walking. What about how we exert force? In our daily movements, I mean.
They get into that balance posture. Takes very little effort to maintain, no extra force needed, but imbalance. Your body has to work harder just to stay upright. And that's a huge fatigue culprit. Ever feel drained at the end of the day without doing anything strenuous?
Oh, all the time, that low-level tiredness.
They give this example. You're discussing something tough or staring at your phone and you're frowning without realizing it. Being aware of those little things. Key to preventing that tension, that fatigue. They also talk about how COVID, all that extra screen time, increased this unconscious tension. And it goes both ways, right? Physical exertion tires your mind too, elevates your mental state. Releasing that tension, it's relaxation for both body and mind.
So how do you reset that exertion?
They give this simple method. First, tiptoes. Confirm that balanced posture. Then, lightly swing your fingertips like shaking off water droplets. You should feel a vibration. If you're relaxed, it'll reach your toes. If it stops somewhere, tension. Consciously relax that area. Once it reaches your toes, slowly stop swinging. That's their whole body relaxation exercise.
Quick check-in throughout the day.
It is. They even mention this famous Japanese actor who does this before performances to maximize their ability on stage. And they make a distinction. Releasing force isn't just being sluggish or exhausted. Exhaustion actually causes fatigue, prevents balance. So feel heavy after swinging. Exhaustion, feel light. True relaxation, meaning maintaining balance without force. Supporting your body effortlessly, preventing fatigue.
Now, a lot of folks worry about hunchback, right? Trying to correct it.
Book's got an interesting take on that. They say correct posture is natural posture. Bend back, leaning forward, yeah, that's bad. But forcing your back straight can make you bend backward. They have you try this. Add weight to your shoulders in that forced posture. You'll feel strain back and waist. They argue many people thinking they're hunchbacked are actually bending backward.
How do you even tell?
Tough to self-diagnose. They mentioned the street survey. Something like 90% of people have that backward bend. They say, ask someone to watch you. Then, while you're on your tiptoes, have them point out where you're bending back, where it's naturally aligned. Correcting it might feel like leaning forward at first, but that's often just being naturally aligned. Check by adding weight to your shoulders. Should be effortless if it's right.
Not about forcing yourself into some unnatural shape, then.
Nope. They say there are tons of correct posture definitions, but theirs is natural posture. And it hits these 3 points.
Yeah.
It's the most relaxed and comfortable. Effortless, not like that strained attention posture. It's the most sustainable. You can hold it without getting tired. And it's the most stable. Helps you balance. So natural posture is the sweet spot. Relaxed, comfortable, stable. And you can use these 3 points to check any posture you find yourself in. They even talk about the author working with top athletes, young guys with the LA Dodgers, for 3 years. Not a baseball expert, but could spot those good and bad postures that were affecting their potential. This posture guidance helped them max out their abilities. Coaches and players loved it.
Seems like finding that natural posture is step one then, for everything else.
It really is. And once you have that, they move on to specific areas where we hold tension. First one, chest. Doing that whole body relaxation, if the vibration doesn't reach your toes, stops at your chest. Tension needs attention. They remind us we all have these habitual postures. Even bad ones can feel normal over time, so awareness is key.
How do you release that chest tension?
They say, try moving your shoulders up and down. Vertical, not rotating. Let them drop gently, no force. Repeat, find that spot where it's most effortless. That's your shoulder's natural position. The tightness should go away. To see the difference, try it while sticking your chest out. Way harder. Same with hunching forward.
Shows how we create tension trying to be correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They mentioned this Japanese thing. Chest out is good. Leads to constant muscle tension there. And they point out how phones, all that, rounds our shoulders, compresses the chest, shallow breathing, becomes the norm. But finding your shoulder's natural position, releasing that force, you realize how much effort you were wasting. This shoulder check, you can do it anywhere, anytime, good before activities or during long tasks. Lots of people find relief from chronic discomfort just by being mindful of their shoulders while on computers, phones, you name it. And once you've done that, try the whole body relaxation again. That vibration should flow through your chest now. Makes sense.
Where to next?
The neck. If you get neck discomfort, you might be tensing those muscles without realizing it.
Yeah.
They say stiffness when you touch your neck. That's a sign. It can even compress blood vessels, lead to headaches, nausea. Yeah. To release it, gently turn your head left and right, no tilting. Twice each side, no forcing. Where it's most effortless, that's your natural head position. Touch your neck there, should be relaxed. Compare that to jetting your chin out, like we do with phones. Turning's harder. Same with overly raising your head, trying to be straight, creates tension. So many good posture ideas out there, but this exercise gives you that physical feel for natural alignment. They emphasize how much that adult head weighs, 4 to 6 kilos. Even a slight tilt puts strain on your spine, neck, shoulders, back muscles. Natural position minimizes that. And they mention straight neck, losing that natural curve from desks, phones, all that. Leads to stiff shoulders, headaches. Finding your natural posture helps prevent that. Important to remember, your head's weight is supported by your whole body, not just neck and shoulders. Bad foundation. Head adjustments won't help. Go back to that good standing posture, then find that effortless head turning. After that, the whole body relaxation vibration should go through your neck too.
Okay, so upper body covered. What about below the waist?
Right, lots of discomfort there for folks. Foot pain, heavy steps, often from tension below the waist. Unconsciously stomping while walking, even lightly, it tires you out over the day. Gotta reset that. Many people think forceful stepping equals stability, but it actually restricts movement, leads to imbalance when there's weight up top.
And the fix?
They suggest light jumping, landing softly on your toes. If you hear a thump, tension. Practice landing like a cat, light. This resets the force. They bring back the tiptoes thing, asking why that improves balance.
What's the answer?
They use this analogy. Your hand goes from palm to fingertips. Your foot, heel to toes. Your height should even include your toes, ideally.
Yeah.
Tiptoes work because you're connected to your toes. Chi flows to the toes, they say, enables balance. Versus weight on your heels, toes disconnected, no chi flow, imbalance. When it flows, you get all this info from your soles automatically balanced, like going from pavement to sand without falling. It's that unconscious adjustment. No chi flow, no info, no balance. And to really refine that soul sensitivity, Aikido's practiced barefoot. Crucial for kids' development too. Back to the jumping, if ki is flowing, you should land softly. And after that, the whole body relaxation vibration should reach your toes too.
So how do you know you've got that natural posture overall after doing all that?
They introduce the Kai test.
Yeah.
Next chapter is all about postures for different scenarios. But generally, you start with the whole body relaxation. Then to check your standing posture, yeah, you can try adding weight to your shoulders. But this Kai test is simpler. It's about a gentle push.
How's that work?
Person stands relaxed. Someone else puts their hand on their upper chest, pushes gently forward. Person doesn't resist, just stands. If their posture is natural, they've got inherent stability. That push won't do anything. Unnatural posture. Even a light push throws them off. Don't push too hard, though. Might make them push back instinctively, which defeats the purpose. No matter their weight, bad balance means swaying, even with a light push. Unnatural. Try it in pairs. The result, Natural posture. You stand effortlessly, solid as a rock, no conscious balancing, swaying, needing to adjust. Unnatural.
Instant feedback.
It is. And they say this test isn't just for standing, sitting, holding stuff, playing instruments, even sports. The author uses it with pro athletes. See if their posture helps or hinders them. Standing might be basic, but even pros haven't always mastered it. This key eye test, it can unlock potential.
There's a column here tying this to everyday life, right?
Yeah, it talks about how unnatural movement equals wasted effort. In Aikido practice, that messes up your posture, makes it harder to control your opponent. So training starts with natural movement, practicing basic stuff, standing, gripping, moving. But you're not in the dojo all day, so you got to be mindful in daily life. That's why it's called living Aikido. The author, they say they do housework regularly. Occasional chores won't ingrain good habits. Daily practice is key. If you're getting more tired doing the same stuff, might be doing it wrong.
And they mention the 1 point below the navel, right?
Key concept. It's like this formless point in your lower abdomen where you're relaxed, your center, stillness. Our consciousness, it tends to go up to our head, chest, creating instability. But focusing on this point, it calms the mind, stills movement. Starting movements from there, it's whole body, no strain from just using one part. They even bring back Ms. Naoko, remember, she was exhausted from housework. They told her, confirm your posture, do the relaxation exercise before chores, and just step closer before reaching helped her stay balanced. Way less fatigue in just 5 days. And even small fatigue adds up, so it's worth rethinking how you do every little thing around the house.
So part 1, all about adjusting your body through posture. Part 2 then goes into body usage principles, making daily life easier.
Yeah, taking those Aikido methods into everything you do. First point, releasing excess tension, calming that elevated consciousness we all experience sometimes. And they bring back Ms. Naoko again. Remember how high her fatigue age was?
70 at 47, that's a huge gap.
Huge, meaning tons of built-up fatigue. So what they had her do, the whole body relaxation, but before chores. In 5 days, fatigue aged down to 50.
Wow, what was the key to that?
Consciousness, they say. No unnecessary force. Your consciousness chills out, focuses on the lower abdomen, that one point where there's no tension. Anger, tension, those are elevated states, make you work harder than you need to.
Yeah.
People stuck in that, always tired. They have you try this. Make a scary face in the mirror. You'll see forehead wrinkles, tension. That elevates your consciousness. Do it too long, you get tired. Frown habitually. Deep lines. Then they compare that to attention posture. Chest out, back, kind of bent back, tense. Consciousness goes to the chest, not that lower point, but relaxed posture. Body chills out. That chest tension eases, and the whole body relaxation stabilizes your consciousness at that point below the navel. Calmness, not elevation.
So relaxing physically really does calm the mind.
It does. Next up, carrying heavy things effortlessly. No extra strain on arms, shoulders. Again, got to confirm your standing posture first. They use carrying newspapers to recycling, getting that arm, shoulder pain. That's often from bad posture, wasting energy. Key, use your whole body, not just arms. Get close, bend knees slightly, lift.
Seems like obvious advice, but they add a step.
Yeah, first, stand on your tiptoes. Remember, key to the toes. Then gently lower your heels. Key flow means your body naturally supports the weight. Then you just stand up from that position, effortless. Keep your elbows slightly relaxed too. Straightening them creates tension. They bring back that asaichi thing, people holding 20 kilograms in each hand. Struggling at first, but after that tiptoe posture, lifting easily, amazed. Then the other part, get really close to the object. Bend knees, lift with hands, stand up, whole body.
Makes lifting sound less scary. What else can we do better?
Gripping things effortlessly.
Oh.
And the trick, focus on your little finger side. This lets you hold stuff with way less effort. Little finger side, meaning a line running from your pinky through your wrist to your torso. Consciously grip there, you support the object. Minimal muscle, no need to squeeze, but force gripping. Often uses the thumb side, connects to the shoulder, strain city. We handle light things all the time, but it adds up. Little finger side reduces that strain significantly.
And they showed that on Asaichi, didn't they?
Yep, they did this study comparing little finger side grip to thumb side grip. Less muscle activity on the pinky side, but more force. Great power with little effort. Important note, you're not gripping with your pinky, but using that whole side. They show the difference. Gripping a hairdryer tight, strains your arm, shoulder,
Right.
but light grip on the pinky side. Wristless easily, agile movement.
Subtle, but I bet it makes a difference.
Big time. Okay, next up, making cooking easier. Using utensils efficiently. Avoid gripping tight, gently hold with the pinky side. Less effort, less fatigue. Frying pans, knives, same thing. Confirm your posture, then grip with that side, tight grip. Unnecessary tension, bad posture, wasted energy. Remember, those little things you do repeatedly, they add up to big fatigue over time.
So being mindful even with those small actions.
Totally. With a knife, they say, do the relaxation exercise first, then pick it up lightly, keeping awareness on that pinky side as you move it. Forceful grip. Shifts your focus to the thumb side, affects your shoulder, back. Light grip, pinky awareness. Effortless cutting. They even mention this famous chef in Tokyo practices Aikido, handles pans all day. Surprised by how this connected to what he'd learned about holding utensils. Even experts impressed. They show the contrast. Gripping tight, wrist fatigue. Versus pinky side, light grip after relaxing.
That pinky side awareness keeps coming up.
It does. Next, washing dishes without getting tired. And get this, the key. Step closer, even if it feels like a hassle. Lots of people hate dishes, right?
Yeah.
And bad body mechanics lead to pain, shoulder, back, waist. Just adds to the frustration. They say, first, confirm your posture. But reaching from that posture creates imbalance, especially for stuff further away. Use the pie test to find your comfortable reach. Need to go further, take a step. Resisting that, constantly reaching, tires you out.
Posture over convenience, then?
Exactly. And they say, think about how you handle something valuable. You step closer, hold it carefully, don't just reach. Same should apply to dishes. Not treating them with care leads to bad posture without you realizing it. Even tie it into that idea of cherishing things. Good for your body, too. They show the difference. Reaching for dishes, strain. Stepping closer, balanced, no extra effort. Keep things close.
Good tip for a daily chore. What about hanging laundry?
Here, the key is when you lift your arms, use your whole body. Standing position matters. We often stretch to reach further, unconsciously, but that's imbalance, extra effort. Don't be lazy, they say. Get close. Way less strain. Hanging everything from one spot might seem efficient, but it's not. And the way you think about the lifting matters, too. Hanging stuff above eye level, just raising your arms, can elevate your consciousness. If you're not posturally sound, that reaching strains shoulders, back.
Mental and physical, then.
Yeah. Confirming that point below the navel before lifting helps avoid that elevated feeling, keeps the movement balanced. Same with reaching high in general, changing light bulbs, whatever. Lifting raises consciousness, disrupts posture. Bad posture can't support you, adding weight on top of that, even worse. So don't just stretch out your arms, get close, confirm your center, then lift. Much easier on your body.
Being mindful even with laundry. Okay, what about vacuuming?
To do it quickly, don't just muscle it. Balance, agility, that's key. Gripping tight on the handle creates tension, bad posture. You're working harder than you need to. That's why it's tiring. Before you even start, confirm your posture. Then, little finger side grip, move those arms comfortably. Simple stuff, big difference. Remember, pushing forward collects, pulling back sends the dirt through. Bad posture during either of those, you end up muscling it, fatigue. And pressing down hard actually reduces suction. Keep the head parallel to the floor, light touch, let it glide. Modern vacuums are designed to be easy, so use them right. Confirm posture, grip, effortless cleaning.
Technique really does matter, even with wiping surfaces, it seems.
It does. Wringing out a cloth. Pinky side focus again. It's not about scrubbing hard. That can actually make things worse. And wringing with the pinky side takes way less force. Then, confirm your posture. Hold the cloth balanced, reaching far to wipe. Strain, extra effort. Body position matters. And how your hand moves is key. Starting from the fingertips, that's natural. Think about scratching your head, shaking hands. It starts there, like standing posture lets Kai flow to your toes. Here it's about Kai to the fingertips. Random wiping strains your wrist, arm. But visualizing the movement from your fingertips makes it effortless.
Interesting. So much to be mindful of, even with small things. Next one's good. Okay. Without forcing a straight back. Sitting without fatigue.
Yeah, and the key is your sacrum, the bone at the base of your spine staying upright while you're seated. We sit all day. It's unnatural, puts a lot of stress on the body. But good posture helps. After confirming your standing posture, doing the relaxation exercise, just sit down naturally. Sacrum should be upright. That's the key. No need to force your back straight. They even suggest testing it. Add weight to your shoulders. Should be effortless if your posture's good. Stand up. Repeat this regularly, even better. Do it before you sit for a long time at your desk watching a movie, whatever. If your chair has adjustable back support, first sit normally, confirm your posture. Once adding weight feels good, then adjust the backrest. Sitting shallowly, back against the chair. Strained lower back. And they point out some people, to avoid hunching, they bend back slightly. But that creates tension, strains the back and waist. Relaxed posture, sacrum upright, head and shoulders in their natural positions. That's the goal.
Natural alignment, not just rigidly straight.
Exactly. Then they talk about kneeling without numbness, which is tough for a lot of people.
Especially nowadays when we're mostly sitting.
They acknowledge that. Kneeling's not for everyone. Takes getting used to. We've all felt those numb legs after kneeling too long. So to kneel right, they say start with knees down, toes pointing up, have someone watch you from the side, checking for that backward bend we talked about. Then find your natural shoulder position, moving them up and down. Find your natural head position, turning left and right. In that alignment, even with weight on your shoulders, you're stable. Someone pushes you from the front. You don't budge. Once you've got that, lay your toes flat. Slowly lower your hips onto your heels. Slowly is key. Don't just plop down. If your weight goes back, cuts off blood flow to the toes, you'll get numb fast. Slow lowering keeps you balanced. No toe compression, no fatigue, no numbness.
More mindful way to kneel. What about standing on the subway without tiring yourself out?
Even in a packed car, key is having your setter support you. Got a seat? Use that chair posture we talked about. You'll feel the difference, especially if you've got lower back pain. The author even checks their posture on bullet trains to avoid travel fatigue. Standing up. First, confirm your posture. Don't grip those handrails tight, little finger side, light grip. This isn't really for balance, but so you don't fall if the train brakes hard. Fighting the swaying just makes you tense. In crowded cars, you're going to get pushed. Tense up against that. You'll strain yourself, and that adds up fast. Best thing, don't resist the sway. Balance from that point below the navel. Let your body move gently with the train. No unnecessary effort, less fatigue.
Work with it, not against it. Smart. What about cycling? Lots of people do that.
They focus on ladies' bikes, the ones with the low frame. First, use that chair posture to check how you're sitting. Sit fully on the seat. If your hips are just on the front, you're too close to the handlebars, bad posture. Then, adjust the seat height. Ideally, your knees should be slightly bent when the pedal's at the bottom. That's the sweet spot for power transfer. Straight leg actually puts more pressure on your knees. Carrying a kid on the back, lower the seat a bit for stability. Handlebar should be a bit higher than the seat, and make sure your hand position doesn't throw you off balance. And when you're pedaling, don't just use your legs, use your whole body. You don't have to think about it. Good posture engages everything naturally.
So bike setup matters, and using your whole body. What about driving? Lots of fatigue there.
They really emphasize posture and alignment here. Prolonged driving, it's the sitting that gets you. So confirm your sitting posture, sacrum upright, remember? Leaning back is fine. That sacrum's key. If you can add weight to your shoulders and it feels fine, you're good. Check your natural head position too. Then hold the steering wheel, both hands. Arms should be naturally extended. If you have to stretch, it messes up your posture. And again, light grip, pinky side, don't squeeze. It'll strain you when you turn. The author even taught driving posture to test drivers at a car company. They were testing for comfort, the feel of the car. This company, they were all about the driver's experience, finding those subtle issues you can't see in data. When the driver's integrated with the car, they just feel it. Balanced posture, natural movement, that's what prevents fatigue.
It's everywhere, this stuff. Even writing, they have a whole section on it.
They do. And the key, don't grip too hard. Use that pinky side awareness. Move from the pen tip. We write less these days, but it still comes up. And calligraphers, they use brushes, even more relevant. Standing or sitting, confirm your posture first. Then, check how far you can move your arms freely so you don't end up contorting yourself once you start writing. Then, how you hold the pen. Light grip, even if the pinky doesn't touch it, be aware of that side. Nimble use is key. Like with wiping, move from the fingertips. But with a pen, it's the pen tip. This takes the strain off your whole body. You won't tire as easily, even riding for a long time.
Makes you think. What about just walking, running, stairs?
Those aren't just leg exercises. They're whole body. Got to use everything balanced for good health. When you walk, there's that moment on one leg. If you're swaying, trying not to fall, you're working too hard, using extra energy, which leads to fatigue over time. So before even walking, try standing on one leg. If you have to tilt to stay up, you'll probably sway as soon as you lift your other foot. Confirm your posture, quiet your mind by focusing on that point below the navel, then lift. Should be smooth, no swaying. And in that state, you're not forcing your legs, but moving from that center point. Heel toe, naturally, it's all connected. Same principle for running, stairs. Confirm your posture, move from that center point, no wasted energy.
Internal stability first.
Okay, last couple are more specific scenarios. Pushing carts, for example. Yeah, hand carts, shopping carts, whatever. Move as if you in the cart are one thing. Ever get tired? Arms, shoulders, after moving stuff. Might be bad posture, using just one part of yourself. Unconsciously gripping tight, using arm strength. Too much force. So first, balance. Confirm your posture and position. If you can reach and transfer power comfortably, you're good. Then, light grip, pinky side. And move from that center point, whole body pushing. Cart stability matters too, obviously. Heavy stuff at the bottom, near the handle, All wheels on the ground, secure anything that might fall over. Don't overload it.
Makes sense. What about holding a child?
Big one for parents, right? Confirm your posture first before picking them up. Then support them with your whole body. Encompass them, arm strength alone. Fatigue, pain, upper body bent forward or back, lower back pain. And as the kid grows, it gets heavier, so posture matters even more. Get close, embrace them, and stand up, initiating from that center point. Just picking them up straight up. Arm strength, strain. Instead, support their neck and